The SEAMPAC project, jointly executed by HortiFresh in partnership with GIZ Uganda and the East African community, has identified a troubling trend: a notable increase in interceptions of the Ugandan food exports to the EU market. The primary culprit behind this surge is the continued use of banned agrochemicals. Collaborating with exporters, these stakeholders are urging government to intervene promptly. They emphasize the crucial role of implementing the effective regulatory frameworks and promises to halt this detrimental trend.
As a response to the Ministry of Agriculture and some of the government agencies, together with the European Union, when they really wrote to us that there was an increase of interceptions, whereby most of the Ugandan products were intercepted on the European market. So as a private sector kind of association, who was members, we thought that we should really devise down and have interventions on how should we support to ensure that we reduce this interception problem. So that's the reason why we scoped this project, and we thank GIZ that they came on board and really accepted to work with us so that we can support our members, but ultimately supporting the farmers on the ground. What we are doing is what partly government is doing. So we just need to have this kind of coordination and basically build the capacity of the farmers in terms of adopting to the good agricultural practices. So the government should intensify into some of these activities we are conducting, activities of training agronomists, activity of training farmers, activity of training agro-input dealers. Yeah, but also on the other side, the government should really excellate in playing its regulatory role in terms of the imported chemicals which come on board. So there should be some kind of a regulation to ensure that chemicals which are not supposed to be used on the fresh fruit and vegetables should entirely be banned or restricted to enter into the country.
Joseph Mukisa reveals alarming data for 2021-2022, where 120 interceptions have caused a loss of approximately $200 million in Uganda.
2021-2022, we really had 120 interceptions, and this it speaks to something of around $200 million. So that's a lot of money for the farmer who's growing the crops, but also the businessman who's exporting to the European Union. So this is something which really requires a concerted effort for all of us, because it is a loss of revenue, but it's also a loss of income to the various stakeholders into the agricultural value chain.
Agronomists urgently call upon government to intervene, stressing the impact of interceptions on the entire value chain, emphasizing the plight of low-end consumers who face losses. They underscore the need for vigilance, cautioning against the sub-practices of certain market players.
Leaders to come on board to help and mitigate, most especially on banned chemicals, because this is a root cause of all these MRLs we are facing, in that the banned chemicals are still on the market and the farmer does not know that these chemicals have been banned. Some other people dealing in agrochemicals are now rebranding. Whatever was banned, they are doing another branding. So the government should really enforce law that whatever is banned on the market should really be out of the market. And the farmer should really also be knowledgeable of what and why these chemicals have been banned. So regular dissemination of information to these farmers, it will really help us on curbing the MRL interceptions.
It is in our best interest to ensure that we train farmers so that they can produce using the right practices as recommended by the ministry. And we believe if all efforts are put in place with all the value chain players, we'll get down to solve this problem. Being done to work on the policy interventions, and at the right time the country will get to know what is being done, but we are very hopeful all is being done to ensure that our policies are aligned to the challenges we are facing.
In response to the critical issue of agrochemical infiltration, Through porous borders, as some may say, the Ministry of Agriculture has acknowledged the challenges faced. Emphasizing the severity, the ministry highlighted the constraints posed by limited budgets, hindering essential training and awareness programs for farmers. In an effort to combat this pressing issue, the ministry is actively working on a comprehensive policy that aims to swiftly address and mitigate the challenges at hand, ensuring the resilience of the agriculture sector in the near future.